A lot of people are going to wonder about the state of Devin Haney's chin after his fight with Ryan Garcia. Are you going to be able to test that chin?
Bro, of course I'm going to test the chin. That's my job, you know. Even if it was 31-0 with 31 knockouts, my job is to test his chin. I
don't understand what you mean by chin. I got up every single time against somebody that was on PEDs. So that showed that I had a chin. That showed I had a chin.
Well, it shows you had a heart for sure.
Get him. Get him.
I said it certainly showed you had a lot of heart.
Exactly. So I showed I got a chin.
Get him.
All right, now let's turn our...
You're full of shit.
Me?
You're full of shit. And I hope that this is what you guys wanted to do. It's a fucking circus act. Devin is a real fighter, and you showed no respect up there. You showed no respect for what he's done for boxing. He's a 2-division champion, an undisputed champion, and you're a piece of shit.
Well, that's not kind of you to say.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you the truth.
Well, why are the fans booing him then?
Well, I mean, that's because a part of it. We are in LA. This is a great boxing market, right? But it's made up predominantly of Hispanic fans that cheer for Ryan Garcia, and that's quite all right.
Well, it's okay. It's okay to be the bad guy.
But listen, and it's okay to be the bad guy, but it's not good for you to be the piece of shit that you are.
Well, explain what you mean by that.
Well,
what did I do specifically?
Well, you didn't describe him for who he was.
Michael Buffer introduced him.
No, but you on the stage, you painted Ryan Garcia as if he's won something. He's a PED drug cheat. You never said that that's really.
I did. I asked your son specifically if the punishment fit the crime. I asked your son that specifically, and he said he was at peace at it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the punishment is one thing, but how you describe what that fighter is and what he is, you didn't do.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I have the most respect for your son. I think he's amazing at it.
I don't think that you do. I think that you are political, right? You did just what you wanted to do, and you got it off. I mean, and that's what this promotion has been about. But number 9.
But we're trying to sell a fight here. You know this, right?
Well, you sell it right.
All right, here's your chance to sell it.
Right. You sell it right. March 2nd, Devin will come in, and he's going to be what he's going to be a better version of Devin Haney, just like he said.
There you go.
According to Grisham, Ryan Garcia is the good guy, even though he cheated. And Devin Haney is the bad guy, even though he's innocent and he's a clean athlete. I guess Grisham views good and bad based on the color of the skin, not based on their actions. Grisham views the yin and the yang, not based on Ryan race rant saying F all the N-words with the hard ER and F all the Muslims all around the world. He don't see that as evil. He don't see Ryan acting like the devil as evil. But he sees Devin Haney, the fighter who got cheated by Ryan, as the bad guy, all because Devin Haney has a darker complexion. Well, if you was wondering, why did Bill Haney crash out and went from 0 to 100 real effing quick? That's what did it. That's why he went off on Grisham, one of old media's most racist reporters in the game at the moment in time. You know what's crazy about it is Grisham never asked Ryan Garcia, are you going to still have the same power on fight night when you fight Devin Haney in the rematch like you did in the first fight? Since last time you tested positive for PEDs/steroids the night of the fight you fought Devin Haney. Grisham didn't ask Ryan anything related to PEDs, even though that's the talk of the town. The only reason we have in the rematch to begin with is because Ryan tested positive for PEDs. However, Grisham had the audacity to say, a lot of people are wondering about the state of Devin Haney's chin. Are you going to test Devin Haney's chin, Ramirez? That's the question he was asking Ramirez. But like I said before, he didn't ask Ryan anything close to that. Even though a lot of fans are wondering if Ryan is going to have the same power in the rematch without all strain, without PEDs in his system. Furthermore, Devin Haney did check Grisham by asking him, what you mean, check my chin or test my chin? I got up every time against someone who was on PEDs and a fighter who missed weight. So what are you talking about? That's when Grisham gave Devin Haney a backhand compliment by saying, yeah, you did show you had heart. He still didn't say, oh yeah, you did show you got a chin. Even after Devin Haney followed up with, I showed I had a chin, Grisham still said, You showed you have heart. Basically dissing Devin Haney to his face, telling him publicly, nah, you don't got a chin. But you got a heart, though. I mean, talk about the ultimate disrespect. That's why Bill Haney snapped on Grisham the way he did. And when Bill Haney snapped on him, Grisham said, well, why were they booing your son? Why were they booing Devin Haney? Playing naive as if Grisham doesn't know why they booing the fighter who got cheated while cheering on the fighter who cheated. The answer is simple. These are race fans. Even Stevie Wonder can see what time it is. Grisham is not blind to the truth. He knows exactly what's going on. He acts like he doesn't because he's a hypocrite. And that's why Bill Haney and Devin Haney should have had called it like it is. When Grisham was asking him, Devin Haney should have said, well, these are race fans. Everyone that's booing me right now is a race fan. And that's what it is. I bet you them same people wouldn't be booing no more. I mean, why else will they be cheering on a cheater and booing a clean athlete? You tell me, Grisham. They should have asked Grisham that. That's the question that should have had been proposed to him. Anyways, the main event should have been Devin Haney versus Ramirez. That's the better fight, the more competitive fight, and they should not be rewarding a cheater to be the main event. I mean, by having Ryan as the main event, they are promoting cheaters to continue cheating. I mean, what does it look like for a fighter to cheat, only get suspended for a year? Before his suspension is up, he already has a fight coming up. And then when he comes back, he's coming back to his biggest payday, and he's fighting on a main event card over the fighter that he cheated against. That ain't right. This ain't right for the integrity of the sport. A cheater should not be the main event, especially when he's in an easy fight, a tune-up fight. And more importantly, the fact that he cheated, he should not be the main event. This is what makes boxing the wild, wild west of all sports. Boxing is driven based on nationality, race, and pride. I mean, how else do you explain Ryan after he went on a race rant saying F all the N-words with the hard ER and all of the Muslims all around the world? Ryan said that after he tested positive for PEDs, he got suspended, but a Muslim promoter brought him back as the main event fighter for his biggest payday. Look, I could understand everything else, but what I can't comprehend is why will Turkey put Ryan as the main event fighter when he's not even in a 50-50 fight? He has the easiest fight on the table. Why will Turkey do that after Ryan went on a race rant saying F all the Muslims all around the world? And then on top of that, Ryan tested positive for PEDs. Why would you reward a cheater as if he won the Olympics or something? Then on stage, they cheering on Ryan and booing Devin Haney. Even the reporter himself, he's complimenting Ryan left and right while dissing Devin Haney. It's all about the yin and the yang. This is as clear as black and white. Ryan has the complexion for the connection to get the ultimate protection, while Devin Haney has the complexion for the neglection. Because the darker the complexion, the weaker the connection. Last but not least, Bill and Devin Haney got to start getting more bold and calling it what it is. If these people are going to boo you in front of your face for no reason like that, then call it what it is. These are race fans who booing me. Why else will they be booing me? It ain't like I'm the one who cheated. The man across the table did, but they cheering him on. That being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The way it works, and I'm sure Chris also understands because Chris partially explained this to me as well. Here's how it works when you're microdosing. So you bigger dose off season, which is not when there's no fights and nobody's getting tested, because boxing is the Wild West and doesn't test in between fights. And then you're microdosing during camp. And when you're microdosing, it is trapped in the fat and therefore not going into your bloodstream, so therefore it's harder to catch you. When a fighter struggles to make weight, sometimes they're losing all that fat, and you get a little bit of tricklage coming out of the fat, and the drugs will come out in small spurts. That's why they're always caught in small doses. And people, the moronic part of the population will say, oh, that's not enough to help him. No, that's just the part that finally leaked.
It's the leftovers, essentially.
Yes, and because they struggle in weight, which is also a typical thing when you start to think about it, why guys keep moving up in weight. So there's less struggles when they're doping to make weight, and therefore they keep moving up in weight and keep showing no signs of weakening and no signs of aging and no signs of, we don't have to name names. The boxing's right with it, you know? But nonetheless, now when I started to learn this part, because every single time a guy fails, I'm always asking questions and I'm always learning a little bit more. And this time, when it came to this microdosing situation, it's a big way to beat even the random drug tests, because it's not going to show up unless you're really draining yourself. So therefore, it makes sense why guys keep moving up in weight. So Ryan was struggling to make the weight, and he failed right at the end. But he passed in the middle of camp. This kind of explanation is an explanation worth looking into when it comes to his failed B test, B sample. As for the lawyers, they're going to play lawyer and they're going to manipulate it as much as possible and mention that he passed those tests in the middle of camp. Well, I just explained to you in the method that microdosing work why he would have passed the tests in the middle of camp but failed at the very end. Because at the very end was when he was drained. Remember, he struggled to make weight. He was drained, and therefore the substances start coming out, which also explains why he's now talking about fighting at welterweight, junior middleweight, super middleweight against Benavidez. You also get a little bit of sense of why he would do that as well if this is the case. So once you know how the science of it works, you start to really put things together. You can reach your own conclusions. If you want to be a groupie, you can and reach no conclusions. But I'm the person who's going to keep thinking about and keep thinking about not just fighters now, like Ryan, but also fighters in the past, fighters that have failed, fighters that have not failed, and so on and so forth. Really puts a light bulb over the situation.
Have you had a chance to talk to Saul, to Canal, Ryan? Have you had a chance to talk to him?
Hey, what if a boxing league? Imagine a boxing league where you can do steroids. That'd be cool.
I think they have. It's called the Enhanced game. No, it's called Pride FC in Japan.
Is it?
Yeah, Pride.
That's just nuts.
Pride in the contract said you're allowed to use steroids. Hey, that's the only way it's even. Let everyone juice. I think you've been in the ring with someone that sounds.
Oh yeah, I thought Oscar Dorthe was in there. That motherfucker's crazy.
Why?
I hit him with some shit.
Yeah.
Bro, this dude.
Terminated.
I'm like, okay, bro, relax.